Works here too.
It's true. Anyway, in the bottom left, it's herO.
And in the top right, it's GuMiho, the Towel Terran. Nice. Psycon's recognizing more people making an account, more people liking. Let's do it. Looking like 10 likes, 93 people on here, ready for our best of 7 finals series. Game 1, you're a good time to start watching. Probe shows up to harass Tail, older than time. This has been happening maybe longer than some people watching have been alive. Although it is late. Maybe those people are sleeping.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm a multitasker, Aki. It's what I do. I think that studies have shown it just means you're doing multiple things poorly rather than doing a lot of things well, but hey. I think that's not too wrong, Somicron. I'm trying to see if it's a Reaper or not. It is a Marine instead.
Yeah, and a high ground command center. I don't mind it against herO. Oh my gosh, is herO going to get the SCV? No, good reaction by GuMiho.
Yeah, Marine shooting you in the face with the gun, gonna make it hard to get that kill.
Probe is a fugitive inside the main base.
Justice. Where is that SCV? Marine's covering him and trying to shoot at the same time, and now you're trapped inside with me.
Justice would be if the moment a probe attacked an SCV, it automatically exploded.
Balance issues. But anyway. Psychons is 47. He predates Brood War. I'm not talking about Psychons, that's for sure.
It's 6 or 7 p.m. on Sunday here.
That's like...
Is that like Hawaii, or...?
Seriously. Where are you?
On Sunday, so he's ahead. Very, very far ahead.
New Zealand.
Ah, there he is.
Not quite as far as Hawaii. But where's the international date line? I always forget where it is.
Reaper poking herO a little bit.
Add-on complete.
The Protoss has his Stargate done as he goes for an Oracle. Probes
The
are
date line
running.
is... Well, ring around the rosy time here for sure, but Reaper's got to get out of there. Dateline is between us and Somicron. That's ginormous. That's the other side of the whole world. That doesn't help me at all. The Pacific Ocean has it. Yes, it does. But, like, is Hawaii on the same side as international dateline as, like, North America, or is it on the other side of the international
Probably
dateline?
just some obscure island, like tiny island that's like
Yeah.
intercedes it or something.
Yeah, because I've seen people on New Year's like, we're going to the island so we can experience both years at the same time. Anyway, Adepts and Oracles trying to get stuff done. Guess what's good against all of this? Cyclones are pretty great, you guys.
Yeah, herO
Bam.
just lost a lot of stuff for not much stuff in return. Sometimes Protoss
Attack?
get a bit ambitious.
They do. They're like, Oracles won me that last series, and then GuMiho's like, but I have one Cyclone. And it's like, oh.
Yeah.
Right.
Some Marines and...
Man.
Okay, hero's like, alright, I got a new Oracle. It's been energy recharged, so it's got lots of killing potential. As he goes on in, there is a Cyclone coming to respond to it, but Queens are good against Oracles. Cyclones are much better.
Way better. Every Zerg's like, I would give my left kneecap if they just gave us Cyclones in this matchup. Man. Crazy good. Meanwhile, third base of heroes in trouble. 3 Stalkers probably not going to be able to shut this thing down. The Oracle's going to get burned out of the sky by the
It's
responding
actually doing
Marines,
all right.
possibly.
And
it does
it
get
dies,
the Oracle,
though.
but the tank dies. Nice.
Yeah, that was worth it for herO. Definitely not free to clean it up, but getting a 4th kill is quite nice. The Reaper comes back, haunting herO to get another kill. Can he grab that injured probe? No, he's going to go into the main base.
Sure, man. He's got like 4 hit points. It's all good. KDA charge tossed down.
And it stays alive and gets another
Gets a
probe.
probe kill. No, and gets another. No way, he gets another one.
Oh my gosh,
He does
it
not.
was so close to getting that. The Cyclone kills a Stalker. herO is just playing fast and loose in this one. And, yeah. That is, something. The events that have transpired here today.
Definitely something.
I mean, he's not in, like, a terrible spot. He doesn't have any tech, which is not great, because he's going to have to deal with Bio that's got Stim and +1 and Combat Shield with non-upgraded Stalkers.
Gosh, Stalker's out on the map. So scary. But back in GuMiho's natural base, what is that?
Adepts, there's a Cyclone!
Of course there is. Of course there's a Cyclone. What kills does the Cyclone have?
8 Protoss unit kills.
Pretty good. That's not probe kills. Those are Adepts. Those are Stalkers. Those are Oracles. Man.
hero's building
Cyclone
6
too good.
gateways and
Okay.
frantically chrono boosting charge.
Hear me out. We take away Cyclones and give them to Protoss. That will fix the TvP matchup.
That would be interesting.
Would be interesting. Be harder to get Widowmine drops off, that's for sure. And Oracles would be better instead of kind of garbage like they are now. It's so weird to see Oracles go from like MVP of the PvZ matchup to sort of okay. They can get Revelation tossed down and track the Terran troop movements, and that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, they can do, just... Well, herO threw away a lot of units this game for nothing in return.
Yeah, losing 2 Oracles early for reasons that didn't really make much sense is super annoying.
Energy recharge, I think, was used on one of these sentries at some point.
Ooh, it looks like it. Yeah, full HP, full mana, full energy. That's what
The
it is.
Cyclone, no! He had so much more potential. He could have killed more units.
He sure did. Make another one.
Okay, so herO has actually somehow survived long enough to get up a ridiculous amount of Zealots. He's got sentries too, and he is a mean user of spellcasters, so we'll see. But chasing Bio generally is not a recipe for success. By golly, he's going to try, though, because he is herO. Force fields go down. GuMiho does a quick lift, though, and that is like 10 dead Zealots for nothing.
It's double the army supply in favor of the Terran over the Protoss right now. Guardian Shield doesn't help as much when your Zealots are running out of the Guardian Shield as they were during that attack. RoboBay coming in from herO. We'll see what he wants to do with that, but that's going to be a minute. He needs to deal with this for now.
He goes for a surround. That's actually pretty darn good. Holy cow. What a fight by herO. Widowmines do go off, but not the greatest connections. herO just took an amazing fight. I thought those Zealots were going for a counterattack, and they may have been, but they came in and they surrounded the army of the Terran.
Yeah, it's crazy how Zealots are so important here. Once the Zealots are dead, it's time to run. But if the Zealots are here, we pursue. We are the hunters in that situation.
Yeah.
It's very similar in Brood War as well. Once the Zealots are gone in this matchup, everybody else falls back. They are the signal to run.
Blink is on the way for herO. He's about to have that, so he will have an answer to the Liberators. The Colossus he's building is going to be a massive bonus to his army. As, I mean, there's no Vikings. GuMiho's gone right into Liberators.
Ghost Academy 2. Passing in the night. herO's... No, decides to come back home. He does spot GuMiho.
He's going to try and pounce on this army again with his mass Zealots. There's no warping from the other side, though. There's the warping, a little bit late, but he may be able to sandwich this army, and that's exactly what he's going to do. Some of the zealots on the left are a little bit preemptive. Widowmines do get some connections. GuMiho is forced back into his own liberation zones, and there is a counter double liberator harassment in the Protoss is natural. And unsiege by GuMiho. It must be a bad hotkeys.
He had that. He
Oh
re-sieges,
my
but the
gosh.
Stalkers come in and totally save it. Huge. herO on the counterattack into GuMiho's natural base gets chased away by a bunch of Marines and Marauders. The 4th base. A recall forced to try to defend it. That does shove GuMiho away.
Yeah, GuMiho just lifts up and boosts out, but it cannot be understated how massive of a mistake that was. herO snipes down a full medivac. That is a nice find with the Stalkers. But, like, man, those Liberators, they would have gutted that mineral line. Or at the very least, denied all mining at it for a fair bit.
Brutal screw up there from GuMiho. I'm not sure if it makes a difference in the long run. This is still a lot of Marauders.
Yeah, herO got a little aggressive there. That was 1-0 Protoss Zealots and Stalkers attacking into 2-1 Terran Bio. An incredible upgrade lead for GuMiho, and soon it's going to be 3-2. herO has forgone upgrades. That's how he's been able to keep mustering an army of this size. And he's poking on in once again with way smaller force than his opponent, it seems. But he's going to try and just go for the win. Zealots warping in, charging in, getting on top of some of the Marauders. There is Archons and Colossus out. But GuMiho holds firm for now. herO is determined to break on in here.
I don't know that he can, though. Vikings are getting produced 3 at a time. The Colossus only have so much ability to get work done before they're sniped out of the sky.
Yeah, GuMiho hits 2-2 upgrades as well, by the way. And soon it will be 3-2, yeah.
Yeah.
herO has a Disruptor on the way, which can overcome those upgrade differences, but like his army is so small here, there is not a chance he takes this fight.
He's trying. 3 Colossus, kind of the magic number here, but one of them gets sniped. We're back down to 2, and herO decides to back it out. Ooh, is there a bit of a lag out there with anybody else?
I didn't
Just me.
see it that
Okay.
time. I have seen some earlier in the day, though, but...
We're okay now. herO expanding down the right side. He's got 5 bases rocking. He needs it to keep up with the economy here. Ghost being pumped 3 at a time here. 2 free EMP is nice. 4 Vikings at a time.
Oh my
Maybe
gosh.
the time of the Colossus is over, and we do see more Disruptors being produced now.
Like, I think herO needs Psystorm. Like, I know there's Ghost to counter... Oh, there is a lag spike for sure.
Oh, and that's me. What? Attempting to reconnect.
Oh, dear.
Man, we've had BattleNet issues today like crazy. And it is me, yeah.
I can always share the stream.
Yeah, I'll back
start
out.
that up in case you don't recover.
Yeah, no, I'm gone.
Hmm.
I haven't seen that in a long time. Anyway. Blizzard services connection lost.
BattleNet has had some issues lately.
Yeah, I had it drop during my Brood War stream today a couple times.
Oh, dear.
But I could stay in the game that way. Brood War is better at recovering, I guess. I can't connect to Blizzard services at all. That's exciting.
That's bizarre.
Hey.
The game does resume, but you should have that stream.
Yes, I do. I'll pull it up.
Okay, good. GuMiho has a 4th on the way. He's got Widowmines guarding his 3rd, and now the Terran is pushing in with a massive army. His supply lead is good. There is Disruptors, but, I mean, the upgrades are just... It's insurmountable, almost. If herO wins this game, I will... I will eat my hat.
Yeah, Vikings keeping those Colossus away as they need to do here. Disruptor shots are going to have to be massive and game-changey here. That's a pretty decent connection there. But man,
Yeah,
EMP
Vikings landing.
the Vikings.
herO's a fighter,
Nexus down.
but he's a dead fighter in this case.
I mean, he hasn't GG'd out yet, but losing 2 Nexuses here in short order is going to pretty much make him realize the situation that he's in. Disruptor shots, pretty good. Vikings dodging hilariously.
Man, disruptors suck.
They only suck if the person who's playing against them knows what they're doing, which everybody here totally does.
It's true, but like,
Yeah.
now even as a pro gamer, if you're relying on those big disruptor hits, you're just screwed, because like...
Yeah. It's so rare. They call it a comeback unit, but it's so rare that it actually allows for a comeback.
Yeah, not anymore, since like it doesn't... I mean, the radius has been changed a jillion times, but...
They don't one-shot Marauders anymore. GG!
No, that's the big thing. GG.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. This latest balance patch did so many things that I do not feel like were intended to help Protoss at all when they needed the help. So, I don't get it. I don't get what the Balance Council is up to. Still trying to connect here. Still says I can't. What if I try connecting to the Americas? That'll work? Yeah, Americas is fine.
Huh.
Korea.
Your passport has been revoked.
It has. Yeah, no, I can't hit the Korea server. Oh,
Oh.
no, I'm back. I'm back.
Welcome back.
Miraculous. What's up? Syntaxaru. We're 1-0 in our finals best of 7 between GuMiho and herO. GuMiho's up 1-0. We got a lot of StarCraft to go here, man, so you're not
We
too
do.
late.
If you're just tuning in, you tuned in at a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks so much, everyone, for tuning in. It's good to see everyone hanging out and chatting and stuff. And yeah, thanks to everyone that has made an account. We read all your comments. It's a best of 7, and in the upper right, with the 1-0 lead, it's GuMiho.
And in the bottom left, with the 1-0 not lead, it's herO. All right, GuMiho. Man, it's really crazy how it's Marines, Marauders, and Medevacs just continue to be the end-all, be-all for Terran in 2025. Nothing's ever really changed in this matchup. That's the core. That's what we use. That's what we do. Vikings if they've got Colossus. And yeah, there are disruptors now, but as you said, they're not good anymore. And they're not really swinging games either.
No. This, like, yeah, they're still okay at a pro level or at a lower level, and that's exactly why they made the balance changes. Like, a good design change. Units that one-shot other units are not fun units. But yes, it was a bit rough for Protoss players, because those moments were also always rather exciting when Protoss was relying on 1 or 2 disruptors. Now, if you see them relying on 1 or 2 disruptors, you're like, eh, it's not looking so hot.
Ridiculous. Kind of is. Anyway, factory up here from GuMiho. No real surprise there. Got the double gas rolling. Only 2 workers in each refinery.
Yeah. That's kind of how Terran, middle of the roads it thing. I want to be early game aggressive, but not completely butcher my economy.
Hmm. Hmm.
Early hallucinated Phoenix from herO. Making use of that energy recharge ability on a sentry to see exactly what his opponent is up to. GuMiho does commit to 2 more Reapers behind this.
Okay, interesting.
I really like this decision. It always makes for fun and exciting games.
Yeah, certainly. Mass Reaper is always very fun to see. Kind of harder to control, harder to deal with, but from an OBS perspective, it's a pretty good time.
Yeah, it can be a really punishing style against Protoss if the toss misplaces the unit. Reapers will kill it, and Protoss seem to think like, oh, because, I mean, there's always just one harassing Reaper, like, oh, it's not a threat, but 4 of them can be, and that's exactly what we're seeing right now. But great battery placement, great unit placement by herO. Beautiful force fields to trap some of these Reapers. He does get 1 with target fire.
Yeah, and 4 is kind of the important number there. 3 not nearly as good in this situation.
Yeah, great defense by herO.
Yeah, Why Dream. herO and Rogue was one heck of a 5-game series. Went the distance and had some incredible stuff in it. Also, make an account here at SOOP. SOOPlive.com. It takes about 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Be like Why Dream.
GuMiho going for a Marine mine drop to the main base of herO. It's rather exposed, so we do see a recall get used. Will GuMiho keep retargeting the mine? Yes, he does. However, does get untargeted.
Getting the 1 is the bare minimum. Although we did see a Widowmine explode harmlessly on an assimilator in our first series, so it could always be worse.
It's true.
0 kills on a Widowmine is not impossible, even if it's fired.
Reapers did get a couple of probes for GuMiho, which eases the pain of not getting much early game damage. Still, though, a very successful early game by herO. He's going to keep tossing out these hallucinated Phoenix, seeing what GuMiho's up to. And I get the feeling we'll see charge, maybe? Charge or blink, charge or blink. Magic 8 ball. Charge.
We did it! Mixing it up a little bit here. Although there were a lot of Zealots in game 1, so maybe not. Raven harass says harass. Kills a probe. Kills a probe. Acceptable losses. Alright, so blink done, charge on the way. Immortal production happening here too. Marine tank. Reaper on the move out here from GuMiho has 1 medevac. Maybe just for that fancy siege tank pickup micro we saw from the first series.
herO knows this is coming. His observer has seen the threat, but responding to it is a whole nother ball game. We've got charge on the way, probably being chrono boosted. Yes, it is. Protoss really relies on that popping out. A few stalkers move forward, but the medivac will heal up these units, and GuMiho does use it for that fancy footwork. And he does go down the ramp. Force fields are okay. Tanks are all forced to siege. Is there a scan to kill that observer? That'd be quite nice. All the tanks on siege at once. herO realizes that, and he's really done a great job taking momentum from his opponent. Raven pops back in to get 3-4 probe kills.
Really nice stuff there. But coming down that ramp, GuMiho doesn't seem too interested in heading out there.
No.
And herO on the pursuit. Look at this. herO moving out.
That tank may need an evacuation.
Ooh.
Does the medivac turn around? The rest of the tanks are going to siege. They're all still alive, but GuMiho can be chased as far as herO wants, as he's got charge, he's got blink stalkers, and the Terran does not have all his reinforcements here. So far, 2 weakened tanks are still alive. It's really important those stay alive.
Yeah, I can't believe that one with like 2 hit points is still here. Getting there it is. Finally targeted by an Immortal. Bit of an overkill situation there, but we'll take it. Yeah, handful of Marines and Marauders with a couple medevacs, and herO falling back. Reinforcements are coming. He's got a giant group. I mean, 3 Immortals right now is a decent amount. But he's fighting largely Marines and Widowmines, which isn't exactly what they're tasked to do, unfortunately. Zealots joining the party. Widowmine's going to be helpful against those for sure, but a dicey situation for GuMiho as he's holding, and herO is expanding up the left side to a 4th.
Oh,
and the third base.
Stays alive. GuMiho has yet to start up that concussive shell. That could definitely be useful.
Like walling off with supply depots up there against Zealot run-bys, not a bad idea. Colossus going to be in play here from herO, just like in game 1. And GuMiho just macroing up here on 3 bases, going for a bit of a doom drop, just right across the center of the map. I mean, does herO see this, or... I don't think herO has any vision on this at all. That said, is he... What? Is he moving? No, he's moving to take out these rocks. Doesn't allow him to see the medevacs. They shoot
oh man, what a huge
and
drop.
scoot around, and there's just nothing in the main base. This is going to be a recall of all recalls.
Oh yeah.
As the majority of
There's
the army
no energy
is
on this
here.
Nexus.
Oh, that's massive. He warps in some dudes. He walks people here. Forge killed. Extended Thermal Lance does finish in all of this chaos. We get out of here after leaving a couple of friendly Widow Mines as a gift. Very nice.
Yeah, as far as actual damage got done, it wasn't that much. Losing the Cyber Core kind of messes with the toss a bit. Same with the extra Forge, but, I mean, it wasn't the Forge that was upgrading. It wasn't, well, herO can warp in Zealots. Now the drop goes in towards the main base. Beautiful micro on the Medivac to ensure all the units get unloaded. There is enough energy for a recall this time around, and boost has just been used by GuMiho. So a lot of these units may be forfeit. Fortunately, he did kill off most of the Stalkers, and he just gets on out of there. And herO couldn't warp in more Stalkers, so maybe I should shut up and say that that was significant getting the Cyber Core.
Yeah, getting the Cyber Core is always nice. Big fan. One behind Dark Shrine indeed, herO says. Constant scans happening. There are so many orbitals out on the map. Playing against a Terran at this stage of the game is just like, all right. You're not hiding anything. Any tech switches are not really going to be part of the play.
I love the bunker for GuMiho.
Yeah, bunker siege tank or bunker siege tank combination, pretty nice.
Sensor tower on the way. Great decision. Anti-armor missile gets popped on a lot of these high-value Protoss units. Vikings almost get a Colossus. An Immortal does go down, though. We do have a Zealot run-by at the 4th base of GuMiho. SCVs are desperately waiting for that planetary to finish up, and it does.
I love that, like, just a couple Marauders can hit that Nexus.
This army is quite formidable. GuMiho has ghosts, and the EMP is massive on the Zealots. There is some disruptors, though, that are forcing GuMiho to constantly retreat. At least he be killed by those disruptors, and it does get a huge connection.
He got it. Landed Vikings to fight against the Stalkers. They do bonus versus mechanical, but the charge lot immortal count is too high. All the Vikings get wiped out.
Yeah.
And what did we say about herO connections with the disruptor? Our guy herO managed to pull one off right there.
Yeah, that's got to be one of the best disruptor connections I've seen in quite a while. GuMiho did just get caught off guard by that. herO is warping in mass Zealots. SCVs may need to repair this planetary to keep it alive. The repair is a little bit late, actually, and that is so much damage from the +2 attack Zealots. GuMiho is all of a sudden folding like a lawn chair.
DTs are in the party here, too. I'm not even sure if GuMiho knows that's happening. I'm not sure that it's needed anyway.
Yeah, it's a really
DT.
rough... Scan! Scan! No!
Not a mule. It's not a scan. Wait, he recognizes. Gumiho's like, wait a second. There we go. EMP that sucker. Take it down.
Okay.
Scary stuff. The 141 to 118 supply. herO's up. He's expanding up to GuMiho's side of the map there at the 11
look
o'clock.
at all these
Love that.
bases from herO.
Love it. herO looking good. Protoss feeling
So many Zealots,
fancy.
too. That is a lot of Zealots. herO has got 16 Zealots with 11 gateways. couple Immortals and Disruptors. He is taking the base within range of GuMiho's sensor tower, just about. GuMiho is responding to this. That army is a little bit exposed, but there's the Zealots coming on in. Army supplies are even right now. There's a Disruptor Nova. Good split by GuMiho. However, splitting up your bio against Zealots isn't ideal. He will give chase to this Protoss army. Upgrade lead is currently present for the Terran. GuMiho needs to crush this fight. He's cutting through the Zealots as he kites back. He's losing some SCVs. That is just so many Zealots for herO.
Yeah, Colossus firing on the orbital is kind of a waste of time there. He needs them to swipe on the bio, and that's what he's doing. Liberator setting up Defender mode circles in the position there too. Marauders out at the front. GuMiho holding steady. The gold base is a big deal right now. He was able to get an orbital to replace the planetary that died there, blinking into the orbital, taking it down. herO ties it up.
Wow.
Woo. GG. Impressive stuff. Yeah, coming back for effectively what looks like a disruptor hit that got us the win there, which is super fun after we just spent so much time talking about how the disruptor is not relevant anymore. He gets it done because he is a hero. Way to go, man. Excellent, excellent stuff there. We're tied up in our best of 7. A lot more StarCraft to go. So again, even if you're just showing up now, we are ready to rock with even more stuff here. So thanks for hanging out here for SOOP StarCraft Global number 15. A great lineup. We're here about every 2 weeks. So maybe just set a reminder on your phone. Hey, it's been 2 weeks. Where is this? Is there another one of these? Always.
Yeah.
There is always one in the future here.
Or join. Yeah, I'm willing to bet that SOOP, if you follow a channel, has an option to send an email notification. So
Ooh,
that
yeah.
is one way to go about it. Or join our Discords or check out our YouTubes. We tend to announce these things ahead of time. Or as Falcon said, show up here in 2 weeks' time, and odds are there'll be StarCraft.
Yeah, late. Probably late where you are. It depends on where you are in the world. It could be early morning, depending on the country of origin, but here we go.
Yeah, the alternative to this for NA, for Korean StarCraft events, is you either cast late as North Americans, or you cast at like 4 a.m.
Right. Which, not great options, turns out. Either one.
But it's worth it because we get literally some of the best players in the world.
Whew. All right. Frostline, snowy map, tied 1-1. Protoss fans having a bit of a glimmer of hope ever since herO started that reverse sweep against Rogue. Gotta be feeling okay about their favorite races options here.
Mm-hmm.
So, top right of Frostline, it's snowing, it's windy, it's herO.
And in the bottom left, it is GuMiGod.
Mm-hmm. All right, herO. It was a good mix last game of disruptors, of speed lots, charge lots, a little bit of Colossus there too. Didn't go too heavy in any one direction. Obviously, Stalker count was heavy too to help deal with the Liberators. Keeping that balance is tough. The decisions are difficult of what to make with this round of production versus the next one.
Yeah.
And scouting's a big part of that for sure.
I mean, that last game, it was pretty much GuMiho moving on in and setting himself up to get surrounded and crushed by a million Zealots and eating big disruptor shots. So don't do that either. Do you think like watching a Nexus building would make you go crazy? If like a Marine just like stared into the black hole.
I mean, it's not a black hole. It's just a warp point, right?
Yeah.
It's like a transporter on Star Trek. I don't know. I think it's just pretty blue lights. I mean, if they were pulling it from another dimension, I'd be like, okay, yeah, probably staring into that's not a good idea. But I think it's just pulling it across space. Yeah, I don't think it's a wormhole. Maybe it's so bright, though, you can't stare at it because you'll go blind like the sun.
Yeah, like an eclipse or whatever.
Yeah. But I mean, also just the sun. Even when it's not being eclipsed, don't look at the sun.
What do you mean? You guys don't look at the sun?
Canadians can look at the sun. Time to scribble a note. Wormholes are not black holes. Well, there are some theories that black holes are wormholes, Aki.
Yeah.
The thing is, we've never actually gone through one or fully investigated them.
Matthew McConaughey did.
He sure did. He went back in time. So, wormhole. The pokes, the prods.
Phoenix.
Yeah, could be the Phoenix Adept shenaniganry. Who was that we cast last time?
Oh,
that went
Joan?
Phoenix Adept in a PvT. I think it might have been.
Yeah, these Phoenix, I mean, they can really punish GuMiho if he overcommits with something. I do like how herO wasn't trying to chase down the Reaper and Hellion with them, keeping them a secret. Because now GuMiho, he's going for a drop, and he could be punished hard for this. The Hellion did die. And here's the drop. 4 Phoenix will be out by the time this gets in, and GuMiho immediately unloads the Widow Mine. It does get lifted at the last second by herO. The Marines are now being picked on up.
Oof.
Ouch!
Yeah, I mean, that's why. This is the reason you go Phoenix in this matchup, is because it shuts this down so thoroughly. It's disgusting. I think these guys are not getting any damage at all. They might kill Unadept.
Nope.
Not even close.
Yeah. If that happens to you as a Terran, you feel bad. And now herO, being the killer that he is just crossing the map towards his opponent. Does send an Adept a little too far forward. Phoenix lift up the Cyclone as herO does commit to an attack. However, there is enough firepower to deal with the ground units, and the Phoenix do have limited energy.
Doesn't feel like it, though, huh?
No.
Always feels like Phoenix have the energy they need.
I was talking about this the other day, how it's like, or earlier today, how Oracles very rarely actually run out of energy because players are so good at defending against them for the most part.
Repair! Oh, repair saves the tank.
That was really well done by GuMiho.
Absolutely. Yep, so Oracles never run out of energy.
Auto turret from a Raven gets 5 probe kills as the suicide run from the Raven.
Yeah, he knew he wasn't getting out of there.
3 Marines versus 5 Phoenix potentially. They group up with their friends. Pardon my frantic observing, but I'm trying to keep up with herO's Phoenix.
Yeah, he's defending with him. He's being aggressive with him. I love it. These guys cannot stop moving. They're like mutos that way. They're holding still. They're usually not, doing what you need them to do, which is scout, which is harass, which is pick stuff up, which is get shots off on factories for the fun of it.
Okay,
Ghost Academy in.
yeah.
I mean, an EMP on that clumped up Phoenix group is pretty good.
Now, this is something that I really like out of GuMiho. If he just starts making Marauders and Ghosts, but oh man, he might not get the chance as herO goes for an attack with some Zealots, and there's not that many Terran units left. Oh dear, charge lots are good. GG.
Wow, the Phoenix end up lifting and killing every Cyclone there. And that really whittles down the abilities of the defense there for the Terran. And bam, the GG, the Phoenix are the answer to what GuMiho is going for there. Beautiful stuff.
Yeah.
They're from herO. We love this guy. He is, I mean, the great Protoss hope right now is pretty much him. If Max Pax refuses to show up for big-time events, which, are we going to get those anymore? Who knows? Anyway, nicely done. 2-1 lead now from herO in our best of 7. Looks like we're going to get ultimate love here from GuMiho after losing that one. He gets to choose the next map, and we're ready to go. So, happy Saturday, happy Sunday, wherever you might happen to be. Thanks for tuning in for the StarCraft 2 from Falcon Paladin and Laughing Games and SOOP. Great events. We've been doing them for years now. We'll keep doing them for years, and they're very fun. I always look forward to these, even if they maybe do drag a little bit on into the evening more than I usually stay up.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it, though.
100%. Alright, beep, 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 and into Ultra Love. Now, this is a map that probably has black holes on it. Is Sahara really a good movie, Sommercron, or are you just trolling? Because Laughing Game said Matthew McConaughey. I don't know that I've heard good things about the Sahara.
I can't say I've heard of it at all.
Yeah, not a good sign. Bottom left of Ultra Love, herO.
And in the upper right, it's GuMiho. I was going to call him Gumi God, but he's down 1-2, so he'll have to earn that.
He can earn it back, 100%.
Oh, yay! Proxy!
All right. First one of GuMiho's today. This is his second series. We're pretty deep into it. It's his first proxy attempt. It's always something the Terrans have in their back pocket. You can't do it every game, obviously, because then people will counter it every game. But busting it out every once in a while, getting a proxy Reaper, having it show up before hero's ready for it can really slow down his macro.
herO seems to have a sixth sense, though, as he fires up a second pylon and a double gas opening here on Ultra Love. So great decision making.
Boom, 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 boom. There's the expand. Not too worried about the sixth sense to not expand quite yet. Honestly, I can't remember the last time I saw a Protoss player go for a one-base play. I mean, I guess with the proxy, yeah, but just a straight-up one-base play makes no sense at all.
No, not really.
All right. Reaper shows up a bit earlier than usual, which means there's literally nothing to stop this except for probes, which sucks. Sentry comes in, and actually Sentry DPS not bad in general, and has pretty decent range against this Reaper
Citizens
too.
arrest.
Oh man.
Oh, and the force field.
Sick plays, herO. A little bit of lost mining time there. Recharge and hallucinates out a Phoenix. Excellent. We thought we'd see this all the time in this patch, remember? We thought we'd see the recharge on the Sentry and then the Phoenix, and then Terran would never be able to hide what they're doing ever from Protoss, and this is the first time I've seen it in a while.
Yeah, I mean, if you're confident enough that if you have the information, you can just defend and eventually win the game.
Yeah.
It's a great decision. Like, GuMiho herO knows exactly the stage GuMiho's at. Stalker was poking up, but then it turns around because herO is a very smart man and knows a Cyclone's about to pop out. The Cyclone almost catches him, though. Oh, but then GuMiho's a smart man, so he goes around and doesn't go up the ramp, even though hero's waiting up there.
jukes. The
Then he's
jukes
gonna
are
see the
good.
suspicious probe moving out on the map and go, what on earth are you doing, herO?
Command center's done upgrading to an orbital. Cyclone popping soon. The ultimate in
This
Terran
is
defense.
quite a commitment. The Cyclone's on the other side of the map for GuMiho. He could have potentially sandwiched this. Oh, this army. Repair
Careful
it,
there.
please. He's busy microing this Cyclone in the main base, which may be able to kill this Stalker.
Not with the Oracle, you're not. Oh, he did get it. The Oracle didn't help.
Oh, keep that Cyclone alive. What is this game?
Oh. Dude. That Oracle popped, took 1 million damage, killed 3 things, and is now being repaired now that it's over.
That was just ridiculous, that Cyclone staying alive.
They're Cyclones, man. They're like the best units that Terran have. If they didn't have Cyclones, they wouldn't win nearly as much. I promise. No one's ever looked at the Cyclone and its effects on PvT, I'm telling ya. Too good.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
I mean, it's been nerfed and buffed, and it's been touched, definitely, by the balance team over the last couple of years. But never to the point where it's like, what's that? You're diving into the Terran base and there's a Cyclone? No, you're not.
It's pretty helpful.
Been insanely good.
herO is showing a lot of patience here with his oracles.
I mean, you can't just dive in there. It's not like it's Zerg. We saw him be so aggressive with those against Zerg, because queens are good, but they're not this good. Not this good.
GuMiho goes for a move out. herO was waiting for him to do that, so these oracles are going to go in once he really confirms everything's moved. In fact, now would be the time, as that main base is completely undefended. GuMiho does have a bit of a nasty push moving out, though. Sees and scans just perfectly that stasis ward. That is so important. And oh, is that the boys?
Hey,
it
the
is the
oracles
boys.
are in. Oh, the oracles are in, but the boys are getting pulled. So, but there are fewer boys if the oracles are doing stuff. The oracles come in here and just fight. Just they're here to buffer. That's what they're. You know, they got a lot of HP for that reason. Oracle trying to burn down a Marauder for some reason, just charging across the map. Your GuMiho is on a timer, and I don't know about coming back right now.
SCVs are so good at buffering against Zealots, so GuMiho goes in, but he gets no damage done. He's warping in some Stalkers. Now, GuMiho decides to build a bunker, but then charges right into the natural. That's a great decision, I think, as it's really going to force the hand of the toss.
Yeah, gets himself in a nice position where he can't get surrounded at all by these Zealots, and there's only a handful of Stalkers remaining. Probes here to fight, too. Stalkers all going to die. The Oracles on the other side are kind of kicking butt and taking names. Reinforcements not coming across the map here. Not that GuMiho has a lot of income anyway, but still, just a handful of Marines remaining. This is looking tough on both sides of the map, and I think herO might be in bigger trouble.
Yeah, the Nexus is still alive. GuMiho is all in with this. He doesn't have any reinforcements coming across the map, really, to speak of. The Marines do stim forward. They get on top of some of those few Protoss units, so that is great for GuMiho. This situation has really slowed down a bit. The Terran, he can either go to the third or the main, and he is going to elect to try and push the main of herO. The tank is going to siege on the low ground. Force field goes down for the toss, but the Marines slither through, and there's just not that many Protoss units. The Oracle is already injured from flying over some Marines, it would seem, and so it's not able to target down the tank. This other Oracle is going to try. A few Zealots do get warped in, but there's not that many units for herO. Oracle is trying to help out. Marines snipe it down, and it's so darn close. herO's going to need some more warp-ins in a second. He's playing for every second, but he just doesn't have enough production. GuMiho pulls back, though.
He does.
Okay, he's just going to go to the third. herO warps in a few zealots. Uses a recall. Great use of that ability to try and defend this location. There's the few stalkers to help out. There's just so few Protoss units.
Yeah, everything's dying. Stalkers are really no match here with the stim, with the medevacs. Medevac count is really important. They're out of energy, but they're healing when they can. Probes running for it here, trying to warp in more units, but Income getting knocked out of the park here. And maybe I meant the opposite, but dude, the micro here from GuMiho is too strong. Reinforcing Marines joining the party here. 47 to 2 armor supply. GuMiho ties it up. 2-2-2.
Gumi God.
All he had to do was tie it up, really? You didn't need him to take a series lead here, huh?
That's all it took. Really
Fair
well
enough.
done.
My goodness, that was amazing. All right. Well, time to change my video background to be Terran. We got a Terran win. That's how that works.
Good to know.
Mm-hmm. I just made that decision now. Miro says, herO hold because the medevacs had no energy. No. Yeah, it's hard to predict. It's hard to predict outcomes in StarCraft games, even if you watch it a lot and you have pattern recognition.
Oh, you
can
never
figure
know
out what's going on.
Because the players are always going to make decisions sometimes that are wrong. With their lack of perfect information like we have as observers and casters.
Right. Yeah, perfect image of what's going on the other side of the map, especially is something these players don't have generally. So yeah, we can see what's going on over there. Should you tap out? Based on what we can see, yeah. But they don't know. Neon Violet Square next up. Game 5 of our best of 7. Let's go. 2-2. Top side of NVS. LE. It's GuMiho.
And in the bottom right, it's herO. Thanks so much to everyone for tuning in to this finals. It's been a phenomenal set of games today. If you enjoy these streams, just create a SOOP account, follow the channel. Check out Falcon Paladin and myself on pretty much all social media and YouTube mainly.
We're always here. We never go anywhere. Not us. StarCraft is forever. Plink, plink. Plink, plink, plink. Oh, no more plinks. Oh, it's going through straight at the end there. All right, Probe. What's on your little robot-y mind? Nothing, because you're being commanded to do things. I don't think probes have free will. Think probes have free will at all? I guess there's Probius.
I think maybe limited free will.
Oh, interesting. Like within the confines of a directive?
Yes.
Okay. That's the best kind, honestly.
So like a probe could be like, I'm gonna kill all these Terrans to get to Subway on my way to Subway, or a probe could be like, I'm just gonna go to Subway.
Hmm.
Last event, we had the Terrans on Neon Violet Square generally taking the pocket third.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see if that happens again.
Blink, 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 blink. I could see the Phoenix again. That worked pretty well for herO. Let's see what the first thing out of that Stargate is. Delay on... Yes, 100%.
What in the
right
timing?
at 99% done. So frustrating. Alright. Marines and an SCV come down the lane, say, okay, we just need like 4 seconds, less than that on this thing. And done. Cool.
Second adept
Good enough.
shows up.
Yeah, it does, but command center's down. I don't think he's worried too much about anything else right now. And the adepts got out of there anyway.
herO going up to 3 adepts, and he is going into those Phoenix. Single Marine on the other side of the map. Does get a probe, I believe. Which explains why there wasn't a Marine to help defend against that counter-adept pressure. GuMiho's moving out with his Cyclone, but he's up against Phoenix, which is not necessarily good.
Phoenix.
Dropping into Phoenix. There is presently just 2 out. The drop gets seen.
Yeah.
GuMiho nopes on out of there.
Yeah, 2 can do a lot. More are on the way, you know that. It's not just going to be 2. It's like if you see 1 ant, you're not seeing a million ants.
Speaking of ants, greatest Facebook group of all time. It's called A Page Where We Pretend to Be Ants. And it's just people just post things on Facebook where they'll just be like, Jim got stepped on the other day, sad face. And it's if you want to laugh, join that Facebook group because you'll just randomly see the most ridiculous things.
I do not think I have time for people that are cosplaying as ants personally, but I believe you. Found a stick of celery with peanut butter on it.
That's exactly the type of thing that gets posted.
I'm concerningly good at this. I don't feel great. Saw a great video the other day on social media where this ant's getting chased by a spider and he goes into this hole and then like a million ants come out and the spider's like, "Ah!"
Yeah, I saw that. Do you think that was real or AI?
No, man. I'd assume everything's AI and roll with it at this point.
That's true.
It was funny. It made me laugh. Timmy got melted by the giant with a magnifying glass.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Timmy was minding his own business and got blasted by the sun. All right, herO. Extended thermal lance. Colossus happening. Too many siege tanks could be tough. But usually it's not a mech play. GuMiho has been someone to try mech. Usually against Zerg, not so much against Protoss, because it's generally a bad idea.
Yeah, this Observer is like a 007 agent, man. Although now it runs right into the Ravens. The 3 Ravens, and he is meching.
What?
Ravens
I was
getting found by Phoenix. Auto turrets are doing work, but they are all going to die. All right.
Huh.
Write this down. Reason number 999 why Terran should never mech against Protoss is as good as herO.
there are enough reasons. I don't think we have to get to 999. I don't think we need to add to the list anymore. Like, once there are, 6,
Okay.
should probably be enough.
Oh, I thought GuMiho was going to go for a push. Instead, he's moving out to take a 4th on location, which is not a terrible decision, but it is just going to prolong the game against herO.
Certainly.
Which is not a good thing, because the longer a game goes on and you're meching as a Terran, the more likely you are going to lose against herO. Oh, man. Okay, herO does take a very delayed 4th base. Like, he saw all the factories, so he knows what he's up against. He sees the 4th.
Yeah.
And there's
Immortals,
multiple
yes.
Stargates on the way.
Ooh. Taking his little back base here, too. GuMiho's Liberators, Infernal Pre-Igniter, Headstock Auto Tracking, that Magfield Accelerator upgrade for the Cyclones, too. 1-1 finishing up soon for his mech units.
Yeah.
All of the things he needs.
Will herO take a 5th base soon? Remains to be seen. Sooner the better if he is going to let the game play out, because GuMiho is on 4 bases. He's also taking the 4th as an orbital. Okay, I love this decision from GuMiho. Not to make it a planetary like a lot of meching Terrans would, because you need money to try and match the Protoss economy. Because Protoss will have free reign in this game to just build up. So yeah, I love this decision by GuMiho. It's a very... well, that's a reasonably little thing.
Kinda come at me, bro.
Yeah, and just like, no, I want the money that those mules bring in. And herO isn't being as greedy as he could be against this mech. Like, this 5th could have been a minute earlier. Okay,
Fleet
mass
Beacon
starport.
finishing its warp in. Yeah, what? Are we gonna get battle cruisers?
Yeah, or just mass Vikings or mass Liberators. Who knows? I have
A lot
no
of
idea.
options. Starport makes a lot of things, yeah. Carrier production has begun from herO.
Okay.
Alright.
Now, GuMiho's anti-air so far is 10 Marines, 5 Cyclones.
Cyclone's pretty good. Against
They are,
carriers.
but against carriers, not so much.
I mean, if they're locked on and running, they can burn a carrier down pretty fast. I don't know. It depends on how many carriers there are, obviously. That always matters with those. If you try to approach them and just get immediately murked by 10 carriers, then yeah, no, that's not going to work.
And well, that's the problem. I mean,
yeah.
herO's going to have 3 carriers, then he'll have 6, and so far GuMiho has 6 Cyclones.
Mm-hmm. Might go into Thors against the carriers. Not a bad idea.
In mass interference matrix, maybe?
Sure. Anti-armor, pretty good here.
Okay. herO, he's got his 5th up in mining. GuMiho is taking his own 5th. It's going to be a planetary this time. Hallucinated Prism is... does sort of bait GuMiho, but GuMiho's like, ah, you jerk. That Medivac now may go for a drop, as the Terran will eventually have to trade out this supply. Both players are close to approaching max. I would love to see some High Templar from herO at this point. Psystorm is surprisingly good against mech.
Always good. Again, I'm trying to think what you can do in StarCraft to where Psystorm is just not viable. And I don't think anything really exists.
Yeah, there's just nothing. It's a game where units clump up.
Right.
Instant AoE is always good.
Bingo. So yeah, just get Storm in all your games. I talk about this in my lower level casts where I'm like, look, man, if you're struggling to ladder up as Protoss, are you using Psystorm? If you're not, do that and watch you win a few more games than you would otherwise.
We are getting a little bit of lag. Does seem like it cleared up for now. herO is responding to that drop. He's got lots of static defense, which I like, but nothing behind his
Not on the back
base.
side of the base, though, yeah. Wrong place. Which, again, you're going to get dropped, dude.
Okay, the carriers are
Carriers
revealed.
have arrived.
Does GuMiho start building Thors in a panic?
Production tab says no.
He
We're going to
says,
build another
"I need
command
more
center.
command centers.
It's all, yeah, the answer to carriers is obviously command centers.
That is a very interesting decision by GuMiho. There's
absolutely.
the Thors. And they are 2/2 Thors, so that's quite nice for the Terran. We'll have to see 3/3 get fired up as soon as possible. herO's maxed out, GuMiho's maxed out. The bank's not very big for herO yet, as he's building lots of static defense and whatnot. He's going to take a fight. We'll see whether GuMiho's decision to turtle up for 13 minutes and build mech just gets murdered by some carriers. Although there's no Psystorm for herO yet, so the Ravens could disable some of these. but GuMiho doesn't have enough anti-air to deal with 9 carriers.
He's got 5 Thors popping, and he just interference matrix 5 of the 6 carriers here. They got to back it out while that happens. Immortals trying to crush into these tanks a little bit. They do have to fall back, and that's going to buy GuMiho some time to get Vikings, which he needs.
That time is now over, though, as the carriers are uninterference matrix. There is the Liberator's out. There's 3 Thors now, but that's not enough to deal with 9 carriers. GuMiho, come on, man. Oh my god.
Laughing Games is so disappointed right now.
I just don't even know what to say. Now he says, yeah, let's build 6 Vikings and 5 Thors at a time.
Nope. Just kidding.
Okay.
That was almost as silly as Rogue pulling drones against herO at like the 12-minute mark of the game when Storm's already done.
Yeah.
Some interesting decision making today for sure.
He saw the carriers.
Uh-huh. And then made 3 more command centers and some Ravens.
Yeah.
Decision making tough. Been a lot of games for
herO
GuMiho
would
so
like
far.
to use the toilet.
All right.
I will load us into the game.
Whispers of gold. The whispers.
Okay, then I will use the washroom myself. I'll be back in just 1 minute.
Be right back. Uh-oh, I'm still here. Can you guys hear me? Can we do an impromptu Q&A session with Falcon? Hey, nice. Somebody joined the Discord server for Falcon. Kuma OH. StarCraft 2, maybe? I know. You can hear me. Wonderful. Aki is stuck in a desert for eternity. That sounds like bad news. Is this a puzzle? What is happening right now? Yeah. Is Aki quoting Horus Heresy to me? It feels like we're Horus Heresying. No, XKCDing. Different thing. Desert. Computer. Bunch of rocks. Dun, 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 dun. There it is. I figured it out. The people who are confused, there it is.
I am back.
Welcome back.
Thank you, thank you.
Not muted, still here.
Yes.
Excellent. We've been talking about XKCD.
Oh, those comics?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are great.
Specifically this one.
Oh, that is a big one.
Mm-hmm.
I just realized I kind of probably pulled that up on the stream a little bit, but it is so massive that it doesn't all fit. Game, says Aki. The Futurama episode. Have you watched that on when they do the multiverse thing?
Remember some multiverse stuff with Futurama. I don't remember specifics, though.
Basically where they just, like, create a simulation and a simulation and a simulation. And they're like, there's no way the universe could be simulated. And it's like, yeah, the speed of light is just the computer's hardware limit to run the simulation.
Great show. Wasn't it good enough for me to watch like all of it? But maybe I should.
It's pretty darn good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we are, Whispers of Gold. It's a best of 7, and we have reached game number 6, so yippee. In the upper left, it is GuMiho.
And on the right side, it's herO. He is one win away from winning the finals, best of 7, and claiming his part of the prize pool for StarCraft Global number 15.
Yeah, the prize pool, by the way, which, if you do feel so inclined, you guys can increase. Just any gems contribution on this channel will be passed on towards the players. Probe scout for herO, not the quickest one, but on the way nonetheless. Yeah, the universe box.
Yeah, I think when Futurama was running, I was mostly interested in watching like seasons 1 through 7 of The Simpsons. And it was just better. And so I was like, Futurama is worse Simpsons. But then Simpsons got real bad and never died. And now Futurama looks good by comparison, so... Tricky.
I watched a really good video essay on Futurama. It might have been called like Cancel-rama or something like that.
Uh-huh.
Just about how they butchered the show, basically, through poor network decisions and stuff.
Yeah, so just kind of like jerking around when it airs and what channel it's on and stuff.
And the order of the episodes and stuff like that. So that's why like Fry and Leela's relationship was so on again, off again, because it was all out of order.
That's good to know. I know Fox did that with Firefly. Basically chose an episode towards the middle of the season to air first.
Oh.
Which is an interesting choice.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, network meddling causes problems for a lot of people. Gets a delay on that command center. Nice.
Gets a delay, not a kill, fortunately, for GuMiho.
Well, I mean, it's an adept, so yeah. Not gonna happen. Get off of my porch, spraying water on the cats.
Men with
Get out of here. Get. Maybe neighbor dogs. Raccoons. Yeah, spraying raccoons with water.
Remember one time I was coming home from work at like 3 a.m. in the morning or something? A raccoon's just like on my porch and hisses at me. I'm like, excuse me?
This is my house. That's crazy.
Okay. Viking on the way for GuMiho, so that's a more aggressive adjustment by the Terran, as Vikings can very effectively join a Terran push, potentially all in. GuMiho's just lurking. herO is adjusting to go into Blink this game.
Yeah, being able to blink on top of the Widow Mines, on top of whatever shows up, really. Medevacs especially, it's a good use.
Yeah, that Blink is already almost done, though, for the Protoss, so that's quite early. There's actually 5 Stalkers
hero's supply blocked.
Ooh, that's not good.
hero's like hard supply blocked. There's a pylon is far away,
yeah.
dude.
His observers being delayed.
This is really bad.
GuMiho
I mean, I know
is notably just building up with 111, no further tech. Pardon me for cutting you off there.
No, you're good. I don't think I had a thought.
Okay, so herO sees that GuMiho's moving out with this early force of units, and so he's going to try and greet it with his Stalkers, and that's exactly what he'll do. The Terran is going to be going for a bit of an all-in here. Not the biggest all-in, as he's just bringing 4 SCVs, not 14. But he is pushing across the map. herO's doing as well as he can to delay this, but GuMiho's Medivac Micro has been phenomenal so far, keeping these units alive. He wants to get the tank sieged up to really lock this position in. The Vikings are dealing lots of damage to the Stalkers. There is the one Immortal walking forward, though, and the Terran's army is being thinned out. Blink forward by herO onto the army of the Terran. GuMiho takes an okay trade. Cyclone's locked onto the Immortal, but still, the Terran has had most of his army cleaned out, and he's just going to have to get on out of there, boosting away. The tank is going to fight the Stalkers as these units get unloaded. SCVs being MVPs, repairing these Terran units, but still, at the end of the day, GuMiho does not have that much.
Absolutely crazy engagement there from both players, and he gets the Medivac, he gets a Cyclone, he gets another Cyclone. He's going to get a tank with this. He's got to get that tank. That tank is running for it. It will. It came back.
Awesome and Immortal. The two tanks do get assassinated.
Oh, yeah, both players taking serious losses here, but if they both take serious losses, then everyone's fine.
Yeah.
That's crazy. What an engagement. Apparently still happening as herO's sending more Stalkers across the map. There is a tank, which could, you know, be blinked on or run away from. It's standing there and taking tank shots. Is not, there you go, not exactly how you want to play it.
Good target fire by GuMiho to get a Stalker kill with that tank. The little things are still being done incredibly well in this game. Now, GuMiho's going to be on the defensive against a herO who does have charge. He's got blink, and he does only have 3 warp gates, though, so not the biggest production. As herO's looking to make a bit of a play. 3 Stalkers probably going to poke behind the mineral line as these Zealots get unloaded. Is there going to be an auto turret drop down? The answer is not yet. There it goes. Trying to shoot down the Prism. A few more Marines popping out. Meanwhile, the Stalkers are causing nuisance, but the tank unsieged to help deal with this. GuMiho takes 5 SCV losses so far. The lost mining time really hurts, though, too.
He needs to get those back to work immediately. This Stalker trying to get stuff done while being chased by a siege tank. He's had a nightmare about that before, I'm sure. herO trying to get into Colossus and all of this chaos. Oh my gosh, he escaped the No, the tank was busy getting into the main base to deal with a warping of Zealots. Weird, bad spot for the Zealots there. Absolutely terrible that he get picked up and retreating away out of there. But man, where are we at? herO's up 64 to 51 workers, which is great for him. And he's got a 4th base warping in here too. I think herO might have come out on top after all of that.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't bad for him, that's for sure. Raven does find an observer and will get it with a nicely placed turret by GuMiho, so that's really well done. Yeah, I think herO is in quite a good spot, just due to the nature of his 4th base. GuMiho, he is all of a sudden a Terran with stim, Medivacs though, or he will have stim momentarily, and that means he can start dropping towards his opponent. herO's army is rather small at the minute.
Could be a little bit dicey for our Protoss. 3rd base landing out for GuMiho. 5th base from herO. Wow, really feeling like he's ahead and should get more ahead. Colossus, yes. Extended Thermal Lance. No, GuMiho picks up and gets out. He doesn't want to fight that. Too much. Too much. I don't know that I agree with him, but maybe waiting for a couple of Vikings to deal with that Colossus. Yeah. Observer gets picked out thanks to the detection on the Raven, and herO says, if you ran, maybe I can engage.
No combat shield for the Terran is quite noticeable in this engagement.
herO falling back. He's got the range, but he really only has...
Oh, wow.
The 2 Colossus. Siege tanks getting big hits off. Zealots need to go after the tanks. Stalkers 2. Tank 1 down. Tank 2 also down. All that remains here is a handful of bio. Army value is 48 to 36 in favor of GuMiho, but there you go, joining the party now. Vikings trying to get free shots off, swiping on those SCVs. 2 of them die. SCVs getting pulled to defend, which means they're going to get obliterated by the Colossus, but will the Colossus themselves die in the process? 18 SCVs die. Oh no!
Yeah, the lack of combat shield really showing on those swipes that hit the Marines from the Colossus. GuMiho